Barely see me because of the lighting and stuff. We'll get all of this sorted out. I know we will. Now I know we will. Alright, so I'm watching the video, and I've been on this for a while, on this whole I'm a YouTuber thing, right? Um, so this is my YouTube channel. Hi. Well, this is my stream, I guess, but it's going to go directly to my YouTube channel, and it's going to be a recording, right? That's how it works. Anyways, introduction to my channel. Hi, I am Ali N. That's my online persona. My name is Alberto, and I am 26 years old, currently living in Midwest America. I am of Mexican background. I am an immigrant. I came here at 13. Hello, fellow immigrants. If you are anybody who came from outside of America and had to assimilate to America, this is your place. Hi, we may open the discussion to the traumatic experience that was assimilating to America. Okay, that's an open thing in this channel that we discuss. Anything trauma related, we all have gone through it. So that's the first thing. We've all gone through trauma. You're not special for your trauma, okay? Unfortunately, every soul suffers in this earth, right? That's just universal. Unfortunately, well, fortunately, it's a common experience, but it manifests differently from person to person, of course. For example, your struggle with loneliness is not unique to you. Well, it is, but many people are going through very similar circumstances, all right? And that doesn't diminish your own suffering, okay? It shouldn't. Your suffering is valid. You're going through it, okay? I see you. But at the same time, you have to hold the dichotomy that yes, I am alone right now and I feel lonely, but at the same time, you're not truly alone. There are things happening in your life that have put you on this position where you need to be alone currently, but you haven't asked the question, why am I alone? All right? That's where the real reflection comes in. So, this is what the channel is. A mirror. I will be acting as your virtual mirror, all right? Because I am a very open book, and a lot of people say this, right? But I'm willing to be an open book and reveal my own journey because we need this. Generally, we need guidance, and I'm not here trying to pose as a guide. I am simply reflecting what I have gone through, all right? So that you may pick up something of value or not. It's not up to me. I'm just doing the action, all right? So here we are with that introduction, which was great. Finally, I got an introduction. I'm script free, so if I fuck up or anything, it's part of the process, okay? I don't need your patience, but it would be greatly appreciated, okay? Because I have my own patience, and I am patient with myself, and I am self-forgiving. I've been able to become this from a self-loading version of me, essentially. I used to hate myself a lot. Now I don't hate myself as much, but there are still parts of me that I hate unconsciously, and that every time that I am able to see them and acknowledge them, the hate dissipates. It just is, and it's outside of my control. All I have to do is face the reality that there are parts of me that I don't like, and every time they come, they surface, because they will. I see them. Shadow work. I'm doing shadow work on real time, and that is something that you can do, and it's hopefully what I'm going to give you somehow. Because like I said earlier, like I introduced this, everybody goes through trauma. Here's the thing. When you're a kid, you're learning to interact with the world around you, okay? You learn that certain things are okay for the people around you and certain things aren't. Now let's pause there. Who gets to decide what is good and wrong at that point? The people around you, right? Whatever their perception of good and wrong is, that's what you have to work under. Now, you as an individual, I know this is like an interesting topic, right? You as an individual, you are a person from the very beginning, from a kid, right? But when your innate nature is one way, but the structures around you, the people, the dynamics, all of that around you works in a very specific way that is not in alignment with who you naturally are, you have to compromise because you're a kid and you depend on these people. This is all your world. This is all you know. All right? So, we get socially conditioned. So, we learn to act and behave in very specific ways that are in accordance to what the society around us has deemed as correct and incorrect. Now, all of these are concepts. Go from one society to another, there's completely different sets of rules to follow and standards and all of that. It's all subjective, but we can collectively agree on what is right and wrong, and we can follow it. Now, you don't have to. And that's the interesting topic here, because I am opening doors for you within yourself. It's up to you to step through them or not, okay? You are the one choosing. Now, when you understand that you grew up to see the world in a very specific way, you start to understand the patterns in which you run under. For example, when it comes to self-worth, and this is going to be an example that's very close to my heart because I went through it, but now I'm witnessing it happen right in front of me. And this is why I'm making the video, so I can gather the courage to actually open up about this in person. But this is the practice, you know? Anyways, when it comes to Mexican woman, the dynamics between the older and the younger within family generations is very toxic generally. Not always, right? But in our current 2025 timeline, we have older women kicking down on younger women because they're pretty. And this comes out of jealousy. We have to be honest. We have older women who are jealous of the younger woman. And this is not everybody, right? But this dynamic exists in every family to a certain degree. And so they teach them to subconsciously put themselves down because the older women are telling these kids and little women that they're not good enough to their standards. Now, this is not a direct thing, of course. It always starts with like little things, little side comments that become normal, and now this little side comment becomes your whole narrative, who other people see you as. I need you to really let that sink in because it's important. When you live within a family system, you become who other people believe you are, all right? That doesn't have to be your destiny. You have free will. You're a whole individual, so you don't always have to conform to this. But again, most of your life when you are a kid, for most of your early life, you have to conform because you can't survive in a world on your own, right? You can, but not every kid is going to be able to. But the thing is, you depend on people around you. So when you start to go against all these social structures that you know are they're detrimental to you and to everybody in the system. When you start to deviate from that, you're seen as problem because you're challenging the status quo. You're challenging what everybody is contributing to. That's the nefarious thing. Everyone is part of the system. The system is us. We are upholding the system. We are the system. But we can't recognize that until we face ourselves. And that's a hard thing to do. But you must. For the fucking future of humanity, you must face the demons within you. Because here's the thing about fear. The more you ignore it, the bigger it gets. But when you face your fears, they dissipate because they're just smoke and mirrors. When you face it, it's not there anymore. And I know it sounds silly, but it's true when you have lived it. And it won't be until you live it that you understand that fears are nothing but mental gymnastics so that you can avoid certain things that you must do. For example, taking responsibility for the choices. This is a big one for early adults like me, 26 years old. Taking full responsibility for every choice that you make, because guess what? You're on your own 2 feet now. And I know, like, 26 might seem late, but trust me, it's we have it all fucked up. Anyways, there's just so much to say, so much. Let me take a breath because I'm getting a little worked up. Because all of this should be known, right? We all should know how humans work because we're human, but we don't. And it's a very deliberate thing. That's what I'm going to say about this. The level of miseducation that you and your loved ones experience, it's deliberate. At the end of the day, you're just a number under the system. But again, this is not the only system you can live under. You can live within the system of America, but also live in community with the people you love and have your own system that complies to the bigger system, of course, but it doesn't have the same goals. Because what are the goals of the government? I don't know. But they're not aligning with where I want my life to be. I want to be okay just breathing. I don't want to have to hold my breath constantly. I don't want to have to be anxious every time I go out in public. I just want to feel human at all times. Is that too much to ask? But anyways, that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to give you the tools so that you can be the change you need to see in the world. Because you can. Every human can. It's just about doing it. It really is that simple. But generally we don't do it because we feel so unworthy of it. And that's okay. It's how we are raised to be. We're raised to put ourselves in such small little boxes. Our self-definition, our self-worth is so small compared to a fucking healthy human. I'm talking to a very specific audience, and I hope you're resonating. If not, you can leave the comments down below. I am going to interact with any human that shows up. But yeah, that would be it. We're here to do something, you and I. Let's see how it goes.